welcome everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending where you are in the world. Thank you for joining us today for 2027 Jacob's Teen Innovation Challenge. The video you guys were watching was from 2026 entries. We just wanted to give you a quick little preview of what is the possibilities out there. But welcome again. We are Pactful. We are part of the Jacobs Institute for Innovation in Education. We are housed at the University of San Diego in California. Our institute focuses on innovation design, professional learning development, research, and development for education purposes for all our K-12 institutions, actually K-16, because sometimes we do higher ed as well. But that is our ultimate goal. So one of our projects or one of our programs is Pactful. We do everything that we can right now because of our amazing and wonderful sponsors that we've had throughout the years. A big thank you to, of course, the Irwin family, Dr. Irwin Jacobs and the late Mrs. Joan Jacobs. They have always been amazing and pioneers of innovation for social good. Our co-founder of Pactful is also one of our amazing sponsors as well. She believes in the mission and continues to do so. That's Dr. Lisa Dolly. And we have a few companies that have sponsored different awards throughout the years, DRS Daylight Solutions and Cloudcast Media Productions. Our team is small but mighty. Ashley, you will probably know Ashley the most because she is the queen of our emails. So she is the one who is constantly in communication with everybody. I'm Nadia, one of the co-project managers. We also have the amazing Gustavo. He is our Latin America ambassador, so he works with a lot of our Latin American communities. Our executive director is Dr. Perla Myers. Dr. Lisa Doley, our co-founder, is still part of the program, and she is our Senior Innovation Fellow for the JI. And we couldn't do half of what we do if it wasn't for Derek. He is our engineering consultant. He is the creator of our applications, our platform, and whenever you have any tech issues, he is the one who will come to the rescue. So I'm going to start with what is Pactful, but I did want to let you know that you are always welcome to add your questions to your chat. We're either going to save them toward the end, or Ashley will start responding to it throughout the chat itself. So just to give you an option on that, you are also always welcome to raise your hand and come off mute. We are very informal in the way we do things. We just believe that collaboration and communication is key to success. So feel free to reach out to us in any way that you feel comfortable. So if you haven't heard, if you are a returning champion, thank you for coming back to JTIC. If you're new, you're probably wondering, well, what is Pactful if I came for the JTIC, Jacob's Teen Innovation Challenge? Well, Pactful is similar to project-based learning. If you have done any types of project-based learnings, you know that they are very student-driven. They are a production or a component of real world, and they are always working on solving a real-world problem, or they are based on a project that is needed in their immediate community. Pactful is very similar in that format. It has all those components: student agency, real world impact, and it's solving a community problem. The difference is that we focus on a global impact, right? So we use the SDGs to really guide what we consider community or global impact. The SDGs are the Sustainable Development Goals created by the United Nations. There are 17 of them, and our curriculum will actually help you understand each one of them as well. And then in addition to that, we offer a process for design thinking. If you are an educator that did PBL in the past, you probably know that there is always an overarching question that needs to be driven, and then you are kind of figuring out what activities or what possibilities you can create for your students to kind of guide them to develop that project or that solution. Well, we have the design thinking process that actually provides you with a scaffolding already. So we have all the activities pre-done for you. All you do is choose which ones you want to pick, which ones you want to present to your kiddos. Our program is recognized, and it is most importantly privacy secure because we are doing it online. So if you want your students to use the online component, it is safe and secure. Know that. It has been recognized for several years, and more importantly for us, it has been recognized by UNESCO as a program that has done a positive impact in the world. Okay. So that's a little bit about the program. And so where does JTIC come into this? Well, what we did with JTIC is actually provide Pactful with a worldwide stage. So once the students create these projects, what happens? In our case, with the JTIC program, the students get to pitch these projects to actual judges, and they get to pitch it to the world as well because you guys will submit it as a video, and so everybody gets to see it, and the judges get to critique it. When judges critique it, that means you get authentic feedback. We look for the judges, and we always do our very best to find individuals that align to whatever product the students are creating. So if they're creating something in marine biology, we find a marine biologist who can actually give them impactful impact that will make a difference in their project. So this also allows the students to not just build something for right now for the challenge, but also to maybe use that feedback and improve it for something else in the future. And with that, because they are always improving and always growing, it does create a global impact. So far, up to this year, we have had over 20,000 students participating from around the globe with over 850 projects created. Can you imagine the impact and the footprint that they're leaving in the world? It's just amazing. And of course, we got to work with over 700 educators. That's kind of like our sweet spot here because we get to talk to all of you and learn about your norms and habits and how education takes place in your region. So it's always a learning for all of us here. Okay. With that in mind, let's talk a little bit about JTIC. Okay. So a quick overview about it. You start by identifying a problem using one of the SDGs or several of the SDGs, as sometimes they built on each other. So you look around your community, find a problem, see how it aligns to the global impact, and align it in that format. Once that takes place, then students start working on a solution for this problem. They go through the design thinking process in any order that they see fit, and they start developing a solution for the problem that they identified. And finally, once that is done, they go ahead and share their idea with the world. That's pretty much the concept. Simple, straightforward, and easy. Okay. So who is eligible for this? Who can sign up? Any middle school or high school student has to be registered by a coordinator. So that can be any educator that works directly within the school, a teen organization, after school or before school programs, homeschooling, or if the teen is interested but nobody in their school wants to join, parents, you are more than welcome to sign your kiddos up because you are their first educators. So always feel free to make sure that anybody can sign up. We just need to make sure that an adult is present. Again, safety is first for us. So we always communicate directly with the adult, never with the student. Age requirements, again, because we do online components, Google, we follow also Google protocol because that's where our platform lives. And right now is also moving to Microsoft. So it lives between those two ranges. So students have to be a minimum of 13 years old. So 13 to 18 are individuals that can join the challenge. If you have a middle school student or a student that really wants to participate, but they have not made it to 13 yet, they're 12-year-olds, for example, they are more than welcome to join as long as they're working with a group that has a 13-year-old in it. So we always make a little bit of exceptions. We've had actually one group about 2 years ago that worked with elementary kids, and the high schoolers were the collaborators with them. So it was a very fun project that they did together. But again, 13 to 18-year-olds. Okay. Other requirements that are necessary, educators, you will need to have a YouTube account created by the end of the project. So when you're ready to submit, because the way we ask you to submit is through the link of a YouTube channel. So you will have full control of it. We just ask you to put it in public when you share it, so that way the judges can actually see and critique the videos. Pitch videos cannot be longer than 6 minutes. If they are longer, they will be immediately disqualified. So please make sure that they are 6 minutes long at the most. And finally, we also offer you a rubric. It is already on the platform, so it is visible for you to use right now and see. You don't have to wait till the last second to take a look at it, and you can have your students use it as well. We also created actually a nice quick one-sheeter for you, so students can easily access that instead of looking at the 3-4 page rubric.
Nadia?
And finally, oh yes, go
I
ahead.
think someone hopped off of the microphone. Katayun, do you have a question?
No, I do not. I am trying to hold on.
There you go. Thank you so much. Okay, the last thing is don't forget to register. I know you probably will be excited to start something with your students, with the teens, but make sure that you register with us. The reason why we stress the registration is because we offer tips and advice throughout the challenge. And this is also an easier way for you to communicate with us and know what's coming in and what's happening. With that said, we do want to congratulate a couple of people that have already registered for 2027 Jacobs Teen Innovation Challenge. So thank you to our following schools. And we have two homeschool parents also that signed up as well. So we're super excited to have a very firm and positive start to this challenge this year. The timeline, just so you have an idea, is registration has already opened. It's already started. We started July 18, and we are on rolling or throughout the year rolling registration. Reason we did this because we want work globally and we don't know when all of the different school calendars take place, and we wanted to make sure that it is something easy for educators to embed in their classroom or clubs or organizations. So therefore, you can start registration right now. You do not have to start the challenge until later if you want to. You can start the challenge now and finish early and then handle other matters later on. It's totally your call of how you want to start it. What we do want to make sure that you know is registration started already, so just register. And submissions are due no later than April 17 of 2027. So those are two hard deadlines that we cannot change because we need to provide our judges with time to actually review and give feedback to the videos. The other thing is if you are one of those early submitters that need to submit early because your students transition or you have different classes, we will start the submission on November 18 of this year. But note that you will not know of winnings or nominations or anything like that until after April 17, 2027. So I just want to make sure that everybody's clear on that. You can submit as early as you like, but you won't know any of the results until after April 17, 2027, when our judges have had the time to look and critique the videos. If you need us to open the submission a little bit longer, feel free to send us an email. We are more than happy to open it earlier if you need to before November 18. Just communicate that with us. And of course, as always, every year we have an award ceremony. It is done virtually, so we open it to everybody. That's the day we announce the winners, so you will not know before that day. It's open to parents, families, community members, so you can invite everybody that you want. And we will submit the times for that at a later time, but it is scheduled for May 29th, 2027. Yep. Impact and recognition. So a few of our awards. Oops, hold on. Something happened here. Okay, so the first recognition that happens is, of course, is the amazing impact that the teens do on the planet. Their footprint is left always in a positive manner. So we are always excited to see that amazing result and amazing community change that happens with their innovation. Everybody will be getting a certificate from students to educators, so you will get that virtually submitted to you. If you need something signed or if you need something specific, we're always making exceptions for individuals that need something very specific to their region. Just send us the email, and of course, we are more than happy to work on items that you need or specifications that you need. Of course, we host our global award ceremony every year. We gave you the date for that. And then the final one is our monetary awards that are given at the end of this challenge. We have different categories from best overall social innovation to global impact to local impact, creativity award, photonics award. There's several of them. Depending on how many sponsors, we might add a few more. We will have an information session just related to awards later on in the year. So you're more than welcome to join on that. It will also be recorded in case you can't make it. But just wanted to give you a chance to know that there are monetary awards as well, and they range between 500 to 2,000 USD dollars. Guidance and support. So what else do we offer other than just letting you know that there is a registration form out there? We offer in our Pactful platform where the curriculum lives, there is a bilingual curriculum. So we do offer it in English and Spanish at this time. We have the design thinking framework in there. So we give you all the phases and processes to go ahead and support your students. We allow for multi-educator access. So if there is more than one person working with the same group of kiddos, you can have 2, 3 teachers working at the same time, seeing the same material. So all that is accessible to all of your team members. We have a progress dash that's coming out with Pactful 2.0. So that way you can easily see where your students are in one place. You don't have to click on every single project. Of course, the rubric that I told you is already there. We also have an educator guide to kind of walk you step by step from registering your students to the design thinking phases to how to create a perfect pitch. Feedback loop. So if you want your kiddos to actually join the platform and work within the platform, there is a way for you to communicate with them as well and give them feedback for everything that they submit to you. So you can do that. Some teachers like to use the platform just for their resource and not for the students. They just kind of show the videos in their classroom. That's fine as well, but we want to let you know that there is an option there to actually collaborate them with them using a technology that is accessible to your institution, if they have that ability, of course. You will need either a Google, and soon we'll be able to have a Microsoft account. So you will need a Google account. Your students will also need a Google account. And you will get an email from us when the Microsoft components are also open. So that will also be another option for everybody. The new platform will have the AI search ability. So in case you're not too sure what you're looking for, you can just type it in and it will pull from our specific resources. So hallucinations will be minimized because we're only opening it up to our specific resources. Your students will also have access to that feature if they open it. So again, note that it is only limited to whatever we input there, and it's not an open-based language model. Genetic AI. And then the last thing that we will be creating for those that might be interested is an AI ethics framework and guides for using AI in the design thinking process. So it's the different apps and applications are out there. What is the best way to using it throughout the different phases of the design thinking process? We'll be providing that at a later time. And we will be offering a full detailed training for that as well. So again, sign up and register for the challenge so you can get those updated emails. Which actually brings me to my second thing, our global learning community. We have an amazing newsletter that Ashley sends out with all the tips and information that I was just giving, links to resources, dates, whatever you can think of, she will probably have it on there. It is a very handy tool. We also have our monthly huddles where we do virtual sessions in both English and another one in Spanish, where we allow educators to kind of talk to one another. Build on what have you learned, what you want to learn best. We offer mini PDs as well. So if there is something struggling and we see that consistent emails or feedbacks coming up, we will provide training for that to help you and support you. We are actually starting a JTIC pen pal exchange. And if that's something that you are interested, think of it as a mentor and coach. So you will work directly with another educator from any part of the world. And you guys get to support one another, provide ideas, feedback, suggestions. Just think as an amazing pen pal that also has the same issues and concerns and wants to better the world. So we're super excited about that. If that is something you're interested in, either add it to the chat right now or send an email to Ashley, and we'll make sure that we can go ahead and connect you with someone. We have a showmaker showcase on our website and right now and in our YouTube channel. So those are past projects that either have been nominated, submitted, won awards. So that way you can take a look at what has been created, what are the possibilities, what students around the world are concerned about. They also work great resources for students who are stuck and not sure what to do. They can just watch them as well. They're all super student friendly. And again, you have a plethora or a variety of winning projects from throughout the different years. So that way you have an idea of what we consider a high quality project. And finally, we have opportunities for you to advance the Pactful research. So you'll be sent out sometimes, like, could you complete these surveys? Are you open to doing a group interview? Again, our goal is to create impact for the world. This is why we were recognized by UNESCO, because we use the feedback that you give us, we use the information that you give us, and we try to improve it and make it better. And that only happens if you allow us to stick in your brain, right? Through surveys and questionnaires. The last thing that we want to talk about regarding our platform and the Pactful curriculum is also what the students obtain from it. So your teens or your students will always have innovation and creativity. So we offer an avenue for that, for them to be innovative, be creative, come up with amazing solutions and requirements. Champion social change and social impact. We always want to make sure that our students and our teens, I know when I was a classroom teacher, one of the biggest things for me was not just that they learned, but they were going to become productive citizens in the world, right? I mean, one of these kids was eventually going to be my doctor when I get older. So I want to make sure that they are on the top of their game. So I want to build those habits of how to create impact for your community and hopefully globally as well. Always lead with empathy. We're very big about needs of the individuals. We always say you innovate with the people, not for the people. So that's a big slogan that we have at Pactful, and we will always want to make sure that the students understand that, and that is very highly embedded in our curriculum. Built through teamwork. Teamwork is key. We do have some students that submit solo work. We are never going to stop them from doing that. But you always get much better ideas when you work in teams because, you get to critique each other. You get to use other people's experiences to build something. So it just works great. We also offer contracts for students so they can productively work in teams. And finally, we empower youth to be leaders. By doing that presentation and a global stage, it really gives them a voice that they probably have never had before. Okay. So our services that we offer, just in case you're not just interested in Pactful, but you want to know a little bit more, other than the curriculum and the program, other than the curriculum and the platform and the Jacobs Teen Innovation Challenge, we also offer Impactful Labs, where we work with educators to create summer program opportunities, whether it's at their school or at our university if you guys are local. And also we are coming up with the e-course for Pactful so you can learn more at your pace. So those things are coming up as well. If you want more information on those, you can visit our website or you can just send us an email and we'll send you all the details. So in case you have never done a project-based learning before or are familiar with it, these are a nice reminders. So one of the first things to remember is when we do project-based learning, or in our case, innovations, you're always focusing on the journey, right? The process that the students are taking, the communications, the collaborations that are taking place, the talent that you're bringing, because you might bring community members to come and talk to the kids or present or things in that nature. We also want to remind that you celebrate all the steps. A PBL or a project it's very time consuming and it can be long. For students who are just learning how to manage time, that can be a big thing because they just want to build it and be done with it. They forget that there is research and then there is testing and then there is rebuilding. So there is a lot of components that go with it. So always make sure that there is celebrations of little things. Oh, you submitted your first research paper. Great. Let's do a quick celebration about that. Oh, you updated the project. Yay, let's do another celebration about that. So you want to create those milestones, maybe even have like a tracking map in your classroom or organization. So that way kids know more or less where they stand and what they need to do next. And of course, encourage creativity. As I told you my story, to me, creativity is a key because everybody has such genuine ideas that you don't know whatever is going to work and what's not going to work until they actually try it. So never stop the creative juices from your kiddos. The other thing when it comes to design thinking, we really want you to model that mindset. It's okay to empathize with other people. One of our best, well, I feel like it's one of our best models for the empathize video is our Zora Lens component that they did last year. The focus of that presentation was the interview that the student did with two people, and it was so powerful that it pushed them to the top of the nominations and it awarded them something. Just the power of talking to the people and actually connecting with them, the tears that were coming out of the interviewer, the student, and the interviewees, it was just so very powerful. So empathize is key here. Again, we're building with the people, not for the people. Normalizing failure. It's okay to tell kids and it's okay to practice that. Like, oh, I did a mistake. Let me fix it. Let me redo this. Let me update it. Let me change this. That is a process of how we learn and how the engineering process takes place. We built something, it didn't work. Now we fix it. We test it again, it didn't work. We fix it, we test it again, it didn't work, and so forth and so on. That should be something normal. The most important thing there is that we're going to fix it, not that we stop when it failed. Like, how do you move over that? So that is key. And of course, asking questions. There is never a direct solution to anything. Otherwise, we wouldn't have any problems. So just make sure that those things are normalized in your classroom. Be the champion for your students. We are very big about student agency. We want them to lead. We would love for them to be the ones choosing which SDG to work on, which problem to work on. Most of them have an idea because they either see their family struggles or they see community member struggles, or they might just be struggling themselves and they want to fix something in their world. So we're very big about creating those agency with kiddos, providing them with time to create their voices and showing them how the proper way to do it, just like we're forcing them to do it in 6 minutes instead of giving them an hour presentation. So those little things, we want to make sure that those are created and embedded in your organization and in your classroom. The last one is for anybody that's here, or if you know anybody that is not an educator but could probably support, they can support by becoming community experts. You know, like you were saying, Katayun, that your son is an innovator. well, they can come and talk to your kiddos, right? To give ideas, suggestions, things in that nature. We have some teachers that bring in guest speakers every year, and the guest speakers talk about their problems that they have, and the students just pick one and start working on it. They could also be judges. We're always open to finding new judges. So if they are interested in supporting in that format, it's just some time of their day toward the month of April, May, where they watch a couple of videos and give feedback to students. And then, of course, we are always looking for sponsors and donations. We do all of this, as you notice, at no cost to you because of the amazing sponsors and donors that we have. So we're always looking for that. So if you need a letter from us, just let us know. We'll send it your way. And that really concludes everything. So I'm here if you have any more questions for us. I know Ashley's looking at the chat, but if you don't, please register. We are very excited to see the amazing innovations that your kiddos will be creating this year.